Okay, cool. Now we have Aurea, the marketing manager of Superpowers Crowd. Hi, Aurea. Can you give us a little intro?
Hello, hi everyone. Can you guys hear me? This is Aurea. I'm the manager. I'm the marketing manager for Superpower Squad, and I've been aboard for this project for about a year. And so it's really exciting to see everyone here, and we will introduce more about the project later. Thank you.
Awesome. Finally, we have Lily, the operation director of Tap Fantasy. Hi, Lily. Could you please introduce yourself briefly to our audience?
Sure. This is Lily, and I'm currently the operation director at Tap Fantasy. And Tap Fantasy is the metaverse version of the well-known MMORPG Tap Fantasy, and our game has been recommended by Facebook, and we have over 20 million users around the world. And
Juno.
yeah, I'm pretty excited to join the space today.
All right, let's dive into today's topic, unlocking the potential gaming and the metaverse. The first question is for Lily. Tap Fantasy Metaverse is a highly successful MMORPG game with a global community of 20 million players. Can you tell us about any upcoming features or updates to the game?
Yeah, sure. Actually, we are constantly improving and adding new content to our game every season. For example, the new gameplay rune system will be launched immediately to meet our players. The rune system allows players to match their team lineup with a higher degree of freedom. And the large map exploration gameplay allows players to experience it from a higher dimension. Secondly, our in-game token MC is going to have a big update. Right now, players can get MC from the Rift and Abyss, which are the two best places for play to earn in Tech Fantasy. But from the next season, players can only get it from the Abyss, and sure, players can also get MC by inviting their friends to join the game. When their friends make investment, the player also gets awards as well. And besides, we will have NFT land in the future. And player can own their own NFT land and can configure it freely. And yeah, you can build any kind of things on the land, like gyms, cafes. And in addition, we will also launch the marriage system in Tap Fantasy to improve our entire metaverse. Yeah, so we will see.
Awesome, that sounds great. I'm sure a player will be thrilled to hear about these updates. Okay, Aurea, the next question is for you. Superpowers Crowd is a third-person shooter game with various play modes. How do you plan to innovate and keep players engaged as the game industry evolves?
So hi everyone, this is Arya, and so for Superpower Squad, like what you said, like we are a third person mobile shooter games, and we've like launched the games for about 4 months now. And before this, like before we launched the games, we ran for probably about like a free beta test. And for each round, like we solved a lot of like technical problems, and to make sure that the game is like really refined and ready to go published. So now the game is like fully developed, and we have 7 game modes in total in the game. But due to the marketing plans, we only like released the three game modes so far, and there are like play to earn game mode and also free to earn game mode, and all the game modes are actually free to entry. The only difference is that if you enter the games with an NFT heroes, you can get rewards. And so for us, we try to sort of like encourage users to join our games by develop a very special like technologies, and it's an in-app wallet. It's very different than a lot of like wallets you guys see before, like all the so for us, like we have our own NFT marketplace in app, and all the data are actually transparent, and there all the data and assets are on chain. And for us, we for the internal wallets, we also like sort of like provide users like a way to create wallets by registering it with their email. So in this way, a lot of users, if they don't have any experience like in Web3 before, they could have a chance to experience like the wallet in the games, and with like a very easy access. And also for us, we sort of like really want to like keep the games really sustainable. So hello. Uh, so we really want to keep the games really sustainable. So for us, we keep like we have like a lot of like season games, like in season games, and the leaderboards in the games and the tournaments. So by using this ways, we try to like encourage users to come and continue playing the games and throughout the times. Yeah. So that's sort of like a brief introductions about us, and I hope this answers your questions.
Wow, that's a great approach. I think it is important to stay on top of emerging technologies and to be responsive to player feedback to ensure that your game remains fresh and engaging. Okay, now
Yeah.
Andy, this
Mhm.
question is for you. Legend of Arcadia is a unique fusion of traditional game and gamify. What inspired this hybrid approach, and how has it been received by players so far?
Uh, Great. Thanks, Jerry. Can everyone hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Uh, Great. Thank you. So, maybe a little bit more background about Legend Acadia. So we are a free-to-play, play-to-earn game, strategy action card game, which we have a lot of unique heroes and factions. This game was inspired from, if you ever play AFK Arena, this is a game that's similar to that. Why we built this game is actually very simply because we actually loved playing card-based games, and we loved playing AFK Arena. So we thought, in Web3, because there's no similar game, we would bring it over here. So this is where it all started. We started by building a grand world where people can have an immersive experience into it. We want to build something very innovative. We want to think about social first, and we want to think about dynamic gameplay. These are things that we love in traditional gaming, and we want to bring that into Web3. Now, I think going back to your question regarding, what's different about this game. Definitely, we've actually put a lot of thought into building the game. Um, we want to bring in I think we want to bring in things we love about traditional gaming into Web3. Things that think we for example, we definitely have to find to be for who have a lot of world, and also experience uh, and well, uh, together. We want social experience to be and also enjoy the game. This is what uh, have a we also have a lot of games without having game. We also have who are Web3 centric. Typically, I would say at least if the are
The first one is the emergence of more and more 3A level blockchain games, such as the Big Time, because the 3A level games want to create an experience that very close to Web2 games and make it more playful for blockchain games. So yeah, they just move the economic system in the game to the blockchain, and actually, type fantasy is quite similar to this type. And the second development that I'm very optimism is the full chain game, which means all game logic is 100% on chain in the form of smart contract. Because full chain game's purpose is to provide players a real Web3 game experience. Although the current infrastructure of the full chain games is immature and the user experience may not so good, people will find it's not easy to play with it. But as an early technical direction, I think it will have a great application potential. And another direction I feel very excited is the gaming platform like TreasureDAO, because TreasureDAO itself is not a Web3 game, but offers the basic Web3 game services for all the game developers. And it connects these games together to realize a Web3 game network. And if a game doesn't have the enough resources and the startup capitals, it can turn to platforms like TraderDAO, and they will get the early free market launch and the early liquidity for their in-game economy. Yeah, that's what I can share for now.
Hello. Hello. Sorry. My mic was muted before. Yeah, so I totally agree with Tap Fantasies and Lily. So we first of all we are actually it's a very collaborative industry. For instance, like we will work with this project called Lightforms, and it's a social fire, and they create like amazing avatar, and we I think for those industries we could you know cooperate with like work with them and cooperate with them in terms of like designing new avatars and how to like probably bringing their avatars to our games, and also for the game modes and the quality of the games. It's like what Tech Fantasy just said. Like we there are game what was the game that you mentioned before, the big games, the I forgot the names, but it's sort of like so. For instance, like I think because we are actually on the second, like a different era of GameFi now. So for the first, the GameFi 1.0, it was pretty bad, and there are a lot of like games that just crushed because of they have really weak like tokenomics, and it's not really sustainable, and the only features we have was like minting, mining in the games. So that was not really sustainable. And but now I think we are actually on the next stage of GameFi. For instance, like for our projects, we spent like 3 years actually developing the products, and our tech team, they're coming from like a 3A studios. So we are very proud of like what we're doing, and we're really proud of like the actual products we have. And I think, to be really honest, like because after a lot of like research, I think the only when you have a proper product, that's the time you could actually attractive like real users that's sticky to the game. And also another thing I would like to mention is that I think also one thing is like what I've mentioned before, we've done like internal wallet, and I think why it's very crucial to this industry is because we really want to bring a lot of more Web2 users on board. And if you for well, Web2 users, if you don't know how to use wallet, it's almost like in this industry is like closed the gates to you, and that's not really what we want. That's why I think a lot that's why we are doing this, like to develop like internal wallets to make sure that the users find it very easy uh, to have the access to all the features in the games, even for like staking features, and these are all could be in app, and that's very easy for Web2 users to know. And also if like if like games wanted to like expand its like territories, like it's very interesting because we are actually doing all of this at the moment. So first for Power Squad, we have like our own, because our games are actually built on side chains, so it's actually the gas fee is very low. And I'm very proud to say that for us, we really want to like bring users that have like sort of really actually believe GameFi again, because GameFi, this industry was crashed before, and we sort of like wanted to just to keep like be really innovative and to make sure the game's very sustainable and for users. So that's why we develop the games on our own public game chains, and we will release more games in the future and make sure that our governance tokens will be the governance tokens we have in Super Squad will be the governance token for other games in the future. In this way, we could sort of like utilize tokens a bit more and to make sure that the token like price stays in a very like stable in a very stable like price. And so these are the type of things that what we do. And I think so we I really hope that like for these industries we could have like more really sustainable approaches coming up, and actually spending time developing products, because that's very important. And only if we do that, this like GameFi industries will sustain. Yeah, so that's my opinion.
Oh, thank you, Lily. Brilliant. Those are all great insights, in my opinion. I think it is clear that the game industry is constantly evolving and changing, and it will be exciting to see how these new developments unfold. Okay, now the last question today, which is also for all of you. How do you leverage NFTs in your respective games to enhance the player experience, and how do you plan to incorporate NFTs in the future? So maybe this time later first.
Sure. Yeah, Tap Fantasy is actually a typical play to earn game, so NFT plays a really basic and important role in it. At present, for users who own Tap Fantasy NFTs, they can have higher and more stable profit returns than others because many play to earn gameplays of our game need to be supported by NFT, and many privileges in the game also need to have certain quantity of NFT or upgrade them. And we listen to the community suggestion and constantly improve the mechanism of our game. It is expected to increase the use of the high element NFTs from the next game season. Also, we will increase the role of SP, which is the highest level NFTs, and shift the output tendency of the in-game tokens towards those large householders and high element NFT holders. And in addition, we allow users to create their own NFT avatars, and which can be also used as their own character uh, avatars, or and also they can trade, buy or sell their creations in the marketplace. So yeah, I think NFTs can be a good to the creator economy in blockchain, and we'd love to make players design and create more personalized things, and even get sell for revenue from it. Yeah, and there's another thing I just mentioned is the rune updates. Runes are the NFTs that each hero can equip in Tap Fantasy. Heroes equipped with runes will be enhanced in various ways. Each rune has a variety of upgrade schemes, allowing the adventurers to create personalized combinations. And in addition, runes are assets reserved across seasons in Tap Fantasy. If player runes means having the permanent right to return NFTs. Yeah, so it's the game feature that we are about to launch immediately. So I think everyone can expect to it. Thank you.
Maybe I will go next. So for us, our NFT. So since we are like a mobile game, and the NFT in our games would be the heroes. And we have for varieties of heroes, and there are like victory boxes available in the games for users to purchase. And if users want to get an NFT hero, they could play the free to play game modes, and if they win, or they could get shards, and they could synthesize the shards into NFT heroes. And so we also have our own like trading markets in the game. So for us, the NFT heroes will allow users to get rewards when they're playing one of our like game modes called Battle Royale. It's quite similar to PUBG. It's like we have like free maps available for this game. It's like users will be dropped into the map, and there will be poisonous gas like chasing after you, and you have to be the last man standing, and whoever. So there will be normally like 12 users in total for one round, and if you get yourself like listed on a rank listed on a rank, then you will get like rewards, and you get a rewards, and that's our like in-game tokens. So you can use the in-game token to purchase the NFT, and you also, if you use your NFT hero to win the game, or get yourself on or in like points, then you will get yourself listed on a ranking point or a ranking board on our games, and we will distribute squads that we have two tokens. Sorry, I have to introduce it. So we have two tokens. Squad is our governance token, and ECG is our in-game token. And so for users who are listed on the leaderboards, they will get squad tokens distributed on a weekly basis. So that's like some sort of rewards we give out to our users, and this sort of like motivate them to use their NFT. And for our NFT, we also have durability. So we sort of like when users purchased it, she could tell, or he could tell the durability of this heroes like immediately, like how many times left for you to use this heroes. And we hope users could sort of like keep upgrading their heroes, and go back to the arena and fight it, because for us, we uh, make the chances of like upgrading heroes like much easier now compared to before. And so in this way, we hope to make the games like very active, and the users could get users who are really skilled could actually get themselves on the ranking list, and really enjoy the game. And that's the usage of our NFT. Mm-hmm.
Great. So for Legend of Acadia, we are a card-based game. So all of your characters and all of your heroes in there is an NFT. Like I said, I think for you to start the game, we will actually give you a free MT to get started. So you don't have to think about which hero you can pick or what kind of hero you should be buying. We can start with that one hero and experience the game first. The gameplay is very simple. It's 5 versus 5. You start by playing 5 cards, up to 5 cards onto the floor. You press start, and then you play the game. Each session is about 30 seconds, so it's very easy to play and very quick as well too. So it's great for you to play on the road, play with your friends. Even sometimes if you play during meetings, no one will know that you're playing a game. Um, What's different about our game, however, is that each card will have its different rarities. So all of our MT are randomized in the beginning. Every character looks different. They have different factions, they have suits, different abilities, different stats. Most importantly, they have different rarities as well too. So making them very collectible, and highly tradable on the marketplace. So what's interesting about game, however, we also have a merge system in there where you can combine two NFTs into one. If the two NFT is of the same series and you successfully combined it, the rarity will go up. So this actually makes your card even more fun, and a lot more choices for you to choose on how you want to create your character, as well as how you want to increase the rarity of NFTs. In fact, actually, we're doing an alpha test starting last week, and so far, this is actually some of the features that we hear from the players that they absolutely love it. They actually love the idea of being merged the cards. They like the idea that that this NFT is very collectible. You can actually trade on the market. We're still giving away whitelist. If you're interested, follow me on Twitter, and I'll follow Legend Acadia on Twitter. We'll actually we are still giving out opportunities for people to try out the game. Want everyone to come in and try out and give us feedback and join the Web3 gaming crowd. We are also running a campaign on our Twitter, which you can go and claim an OAT on Galaxy. So please do look on Twitter for the tweet, and do please do claim for those who actually joined this space today. Please do remember to claim your oath. But but that's just part. But incorporating cards, is just first part of it. We do hope these cards will become an identity for each of these players, and going forward, we may have more features that we open up, which will unlock more abilities for you to use these NFTs. Versus, right now it's mostly to play the game, to mine, and to trade. But we are looking for ways for you to use them in different capacities.
Okay, cool. I think it's fascinating to see how Web3 is being integrated into games to provide additional values and real-world opportunities for players. Well, thank you for joining us today and sharing insights on the topic. It's clear that Web3 is evolving rapidly, and it will be exciting to see how this new technology continues to shape the industry. We hope that our audience has enjoyed this AMA and get some valuable insights. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Oh, hang on. Do we have any questions from the audience?
Uh,
Anyone that want to come and speak with us tonight? I'd love to hear your feedback. Actually, I mean, this is a big topic. We have
okay.
3 really great projects here. If anyone wants to join on the mic, feel free to raise your hand. I'd love to get you onto the post here.
Okay. So yeah, we can add a question picking part. Yeah, we will answer maybe I think 3 more questions from our audience. So does anyone want to ask some questions?
Is there anyone like commenting questions probably below in the chat box? Maybe we could pick some to answer.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see. Dizzy who requested.
Right, let me see.
Yeah, hi. Can you guys hear me? Hi.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hey, Dizzy House.
Yeah, hi. I mean, thank you for your inputs, and I really love these 3 games, and I have played Super Squid and before, and I've also joined the alpha test of Legend of Arcadia, and I have a question. I actually have a question for Andy. Will Legend of Arcadia open more spots for the players who want to join the alpha test or beta test in the near future? I mean, you guys have an amazing prize pool for the first alpha test, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, maybe you could elaborate a bit on this about your future plan.
Sure, absolutely. Let's see, where should I start? We have a lot of exciting plans to come. This is the first alpha that we're doing. We are planning a second alpha in the near term, but we don't. We want to gather feedback from the players before we do that. Currently, we are actually running a big pool. You can follow us. You can follow us on Twitter and actually look up more for details. But we are still inviting players to join the whitelist. To actually enjoy the game, to experience it. Again, I think we want to get everyone's feedback. We want everyone to be able to earn, as well as to take advantage, be part of the big prize pool that we have prepared for everyone. So do follow us on Twitter and find out a bit more on the details. Again, this is the first alpha. We are still opening a whitelist for people to join. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, thank you for your feedback as well. Glad you liked all of our games. And, t we are planning to open second alpha, but we just haven't figured out the time yet. So in the meantime, please do take advantage of this opportunity.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I will invite more friends to join as well. Thank you, Andy.
Thank you, Dizzy House.
Is there anyone else has something question? Okay, if there's no more question, I think we go over today. Yeah, May?
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.